Welcome back. Let's now take care of the upgrade functionality, so where we can upgrade the building, so at least the level of the building. Therefore, the first thing that I would like to do is I would like to reposition the camera just a tiny bit because it is a little too close in my opinion. Let's drag it back a bit and also change the X rotation here so that it's going to look a little further up. Something like this should be better, I hope. Well, maybe we can even put it higher so that the angle is different. So let me see. I'm going to play around here. So you just need to find the value that you personally like in the end, right? And I am not a big fan with the current values. So let me find a good spot here. Something like this should be a little better. Yeah, I think that will be better. Okay, now of course we can move the camera even further to the right. Something like this, so that it can still see the other building, potentially the second one here. But what I want to achieve here, first of all, is going to be an upgrade button, which will be slightly to the left of the building that we have right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this collect profit button, and I'm going to rename it to upgrade button. So here, upgrade button, like so. And let's change the position of it and the width. So I'm going to make it thinner, and I'm going to change the position. So I'm going to move the button a little further to the left. And by the way, in order to achieve this, let's first of all change the transparency of this button. So there it is, otherwise you wouldn't see it. Now let me move it over to the left a tiny bit. Something like this. Minus 5.8 seems to work for me. Okay, and now I can change the transparency back to 0, or the alpha back to 0. And the text that should appear should be something like this sign here, and then level, and then 0. Okay, so this will be the text that it says. Up key level 0. And I also feel like the electricity is really in our way. So let's get rid of this power pole, this power pole as well. I believe we can get rid of this power pole as well, and the cables here. So let me see if I can find them correctly. Here, getting rid of the objects that are obstructing the view. This should be better. Okay, no, I don't want to delete everything. Let me click on this one and this one here as well. So closer I get to it, the better it will be. So there we are. Okay, so now we have the two buttons. So this one should upgrade. All right, now let's actually take care of the upgrade feature. Therefore, in our code, we will first of all need a reference to this button, like we have a reference to all of the other buttons. So let's add that. Then we need a reference to the upgrade button text so that we can access the text. And now inside of this here, the text upgrade button. Okay, and then we need to do the same thing as we did here inside of the start method, but now for our two new buttons, or for the button as well as the text of the button. So here I'm going to do it the same way. So here the upgrade button text should get the upgrade button and get its component in children and get the text. And we're checking whether is unlocked is true, and based on that we're activating the button. So if the building is unlocked, we're going to display the upgrade button as well. Now we also need to make sure once we click on the buy button that our upgrade button is going to be unlocked as well. So here, let's make sure upgrade button set active is unlocked. All right, now we need to add a few variables to calculate the next upgrade cost. Now our upgrade cost will depend on our building level, but we need an extra variable to make other buildings cost more. We will name it upgrade cost multiplier. And the next upgrade cost will be upgrade cost multiplier times building level. So something like this here. Next, upgrade cost multiplier times building level. Okay, so let's go ahead and create this upgrade cost multiplier in our variables here at the very top. So I'm just going to set it up here, upgrade cost multiplier. I'm going to set that to 10, and we can modify it later on in Unity. And now we need a big integer that is going to hold the next upgrade cost. So let's look at that. So the next upgrade cost, big integer, once we try to get it, it will return the following. So it will return the building level times the upgrade cost multiplier. So the next upgrade cost will be calculated for us using this property. So we don't even need to go ahead and create an extra method to get next upgrade cost, because we're just using the property here that does that for us. So here we're just saying whenever the get method is used, which means whenever we're trying to access this next upgrade cost and not setting it, but actually retrieving the value, then return building level multiplied with upgrade cost multiplier. So it will, let's say the building level is 1, it will return 10, because the upgrade cost multiplier in our case is set to 10. So now we will also need a method to upgrade our or update our UI, similar to what we've done here with the update profit UI. So let's go ahead and create a new method, and I'm going to call it update upgrade UI. So here, update upgrade UI, and what it will do is it will set the text of the upgrade button text to be this here. So we're just saying use this sign here, then a \n, which means a new line. This will create a line break, and then level. So let me use capital L's here, LVL, with the building level number. So whatever the building level is, let's say the building level is at 1, it will say level and then 1. Maybe we even want to add an empty space in here. Then another line break, and then the number of the upgrade cost for the next level plus the euro. This is just a fancy way of writing something like this sign here, level 1, and then saying upgrade cost, or like something like 10 euro. Okay, so this would be the default setting if we're at level 1. Okay, once we're at level 2, then it would be, for example, 20 euro. Okay, so that's how we upgrade our UI. Now, of course, we need to call this method, and we're going to call it in the start method straight away. So here, let's make sure that we're calling it upgrade UI. And then we need to call it each time that we're actually upgrading the level of the building. So let's create a new method here. We can put it where we have the on button methods. So here on collect profit button, let's create another one here that will be the on upgrade button. So I'm going to say, once we click this button, let's take the next upgrade cost that we have. And let me see. I wrote it with a capital N here, and that's why it's unhappy at the bottom here. So let's make sure that it's going to be a capital N. We're going to use again our money manager instance buy method. So if you recall, this buy manager or this money manager took a cost, and then it checked if we have enough money, and if we do have enough money, reduce the money with the cost and say that the purchase went through. So only if we have the money we can upgrade or we can buy something. So we're buying something, and we're passing how much it costs to buy this thing. So the next upgrade cost, which is this big integer that we created here, which will just multiply the building level with the upgrade cost multiplier. So now we're going to increase the building level by 1. We're going to say whatever the building level was, we are going to add 1 to it, and we are upgrading our UI, which is the method that we just created a minute ago. So this one here. Okay, so now let's multiply the script, or save the script. So much multiplication here. Let's save the script and let's go back to Unity. And now let me close the city. And what I will need to do in this building here is going to be to assign the upgrade button. So let's drag the upgrade button in there into our building script. And now before we test it, let's make sure that our upgrade button is going to call the right method. So here, instead of on collect profits, we're going to call the on upgrade button method. And now let's test it once again. And we see we don't see the button. Let's click on it, and now we can see the upgrade button. So we cannot upgrade because it costs 10 euro. So once we have 10 euro, let's collect those. And now let's upgrade. And now we're creating or collecting twice as much money. So let's wait a bit until we have 20. Let's collect it and let's upgrade once again. And now we're collecting 3 gold per minute, or per second in this case. Okay, now of course the logic would have to be a little more complex, because this way it's way too easy. It should be more exponential. The cost should grow faster than the income is growing, because that's usually how the games are made, and that's how they are keeping you motivated for a longer period. But at least we have the functionality down. You can tweak those details later on. So that's it for this video. See you in the next one.